Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Hannah and this is my channel Nomadic Unicorn, and today I am going to answer your questions. So a couple of weeks ago I did a little video asking for any questions you had about travel, about me, about anything really, and thank you so much to those of you that did leave questions for me in the comments section. Didn't have any on Twitter or anywhere else, so I'm literally going to go through the ones that were left in the comments of that video. For the people that did leave questions, for any of them that have YouTube channels, I am going to pop a link down in the description to their channels so you can go and check them out. So the first question is from Matt Smith, and Matt asked me, what part of England are you from? You have a nice accent to the ear. Thanks, Matt. I'm from a county called Buckinghamshire, and I'm going to pop a little map up for you. It's a really long, narrow, thin county, and you kind of, sometimes when you're driving around England, you go in and out of it because of the weird shape, but that is where I am from. So my accent has often been described by people from other countries to me as the Queen's English. Okay, my second question, and I am so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong here, is from Mcdade Sphere, and that question is, will you go and see a ping pong show when you're in Thailand? I won't be, and that is with all my sort of thoughts of the sex trade and stuff in Thailand aside, I won't be going to see a ping pong show. In all honesty, it's not something that personally interests me that much, and also the areas where these sort of shows go on are more areas where you're likely to have issues. I've read stories about people being told they can go and see a show for free and then having to pay ridiculous sums of money just to leave. It's not something that I will be doing personally, so no, I'm sorry if you were hoping for a vlog of that, it's not going to be happening. My next question is from Katie O'Brien, thank you Katie, and that is, do you ever feel pressured to choose between following a career path and just travelling? And I think this is a really important question to address because I have felt that pressure, and I know a lot of other younger people have, because in this day and age, even though things are so different from my parents' generation, from my grandparents' generation, there is still that expectation of you go to school, you learn, you go to university, you get a degree, you get a job, you find someone, you settle down, you have a house, you have a family. And that's not necessarily how it works these days. I think we have a lot more options open to us, which is awesome. And yes, there is that pressure, but I think the most important thing to think about is that it is your life. You get one shot, and if you are on your deathbed thinking, I wish I had done this, was it worth following that path that other people were pushing you down? I personally would rather travel while I'm young, fit and able. I have friends that are in their late 30s, early 40s that have started a career much later in life. There is always that time, and unless you're doing something like medicine or something where obviously it's a long time training, I don't think there's any issue with travelling first. I think it helps you learn who you are as a person. I think it helps sort of cement your interests and what you really want to do. There is that pressure, and I think Katie and anyone else who is watching this that has felt it, you need to listen to your heart, you need to listen to what makes you happy and follow your dreams, because you get one shot in this life. Live it. Okay, my next question is from Jamie Banks, and Jamie has asked me, do I have any advice for someone starting a YouTube channel? I don't really know that I feel qualified to answer this because I have nearly 500 subscribers, you know, I'm not a big YouTuber, but yes, I do have some advice because I started from absolute scratch. I had no idea how to film, how to edit, how to put music on a video. It's all been learned as I've gone along. So there is a lot of advice that I do have for people starting out. I think the first thing that you need to think about is that your channel must be something that you love and that you're passionate about, and that comes through in your videos. People know if you're being fake. And starting a YouTube channel takes a lot of time and effort. It needs to be something you enjoy and your heart is really in. Also, I think it's important to mention the reasons behind starting a YouTube channel. And I have actually got a question in a moment about my reasons. It needs to be something you do because you love, not because it's just you think you're going to get rich off of it. because you're not. I can tell you that now. Even with monetizing videos and all the rest of it, you are not going to make a fortune overnight unless you have this amazing success, your videos go mentally viral, which is not the case for most people. You can't go into it just thinking about the money, because you're going to be really disappointed. It's a hard slog. I remember getting my first 100 subscribers. It was so difficult, and it's really easy to get demotivated. But don't. Just keep going, keep learning, keep doing what you love. One of the things that I did learn fairly quickly actually is that consistency is really important on YouTube. So make sure that you're uploading regularly, and if you can stick to a regular schedule, that's a great thing. And I did notice quite a difference in views and watch time and everything else when I stuck to a consistent schedule, which I'm feeling a bit hypocritical about saying now, because I know my schedule hasn't been as on point recently, which I apologise for. There's been some life events going on that I can't really talk about at the moment, which has thrown it out slightly. But yeah, just remember that consistency is very important with YouTube. So I think as long as you keep those things in mind, make sure it's something you love and that you want to put the time and effort into learning and doing. Make sure that your heart is in it for the right reasons, because you're not going to get rich overnight, and keep really consistent with it and keep plugging away. It's really hard to get noticed on YouTube. I'm still struggling with it. It doesn't seem to matter how much effort you put into making a video. It is heartbreaking when it doesn't get many views. But eventually someone's going to see it, and depending on what the video is, for me, like with the tips videos, just having one person comment that it's been helpful makes it all worthwhile. So I hope that helps, Jamie. My next question is from Katie again. When travelling on a time scale, how do you decide where to go and what to leave out? That is a really tough question, Katie, because that is a really personal thing. I always look at the things in that place that I really want to see and do, and I kind of build an itinerary around those. So I may just have one or two or three things that I know I would be really sad to miss out on, and kind of fit the other stuff around depending on that time scale. I have said before that talking to other people while you're there is really useful, because you can read in a guidebook that something is really great, but when you get there sometimes you're a bit disappointed or it's not quite what you're expecting. So do always have a chat with other travellers. There's always other travellers around, and usually they will be able to say, do you know what, we wish we hadn't bothered with that, or you have to go and do that. Budget also obviously plays a part. Some things will always be more expensive than others, and it's just kind of a juggle between which is most important to you. It's tricky. And my final question is from Envision Adventure. What was your motivation to start your YouTube channel? Do you have any short or long-term goals for it? I'm going to break this up into two parts right now. So my personal motivation for starting my YouTube channel was just before I was going to Australia on my working holiday. I was looking for information online. I had jumped into the decision to do my working holiday very, very quickly, and I knew nothing about Australia, working holidays, anything. So I was frantically searching for information, and I came across a YouTuber known as Psycho Traveller, real name Ali, and I'm going to pop a link down in the description below to her channel, who was incredible. She had so much information, and I found her videos really helpful and really inspiring. And after watching a few of them, I decided that I actually wanted to start a channel as well, with kind of a few different reasons behind it. The first was to show my friends and family where I was and what I was up to. It was the first time I'd done a really long trip away from home on my own, and it was kind of a way for them to be a part of it and not be worrying about what was going on. So that was one reason. And the second reason was that I had found Ali's videos so helpful that I wanted to kind of give something back, as cheesy as that sounds, to other travellers as well, because it is nerve-wracking and we do look online for information, and I figure the more information that's out there and available, the easier it is for people to be able to travel, and to travel feeling confident about it. And they're really the two things that kind of kick-started my YouTube channel, and that's kind of where we are now. And in terms of goals, if you'd have asked me this question about a month ago, my answer would be probably slightly different to now. I'm going to be completely honest, I had a short-term goal that I wanted to reach 1,000 subscribers before I left for Southeast Asia. Now with my current figures, that's not going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen in a million years, because I would need to gain, as I film this, I think 508 subscribers within 7 weeks. Not going to be possible, but that's fine. Goals are there for a reason. We work towards them. Sometimes we achieve them, sometimes we don't, and we kind of build new goals around that. My long-term goals for the channel, yeah, there's a few. The first is to provide a resource for travellers. I really want it to be somewhere where people can come, find information, but also connect with other people. I really want this comment section to be somewhere where people can have conversations and help each other out. So that is a long-term goal in itself. I also would, at some point, like to highlight a few issues that are relating to travel, but as the world in general. And there will be more coming up on that in coming months, I hope. I do have a secret project which I've been keeping quite under wraps, because I feel that sometimes as travellers we have obligations and responsibilities that maybe we can fulfil that other people can't. So that is something else, and I know that's really cryptic, and I'm sorry I can't go into more information at the moment. And my third long-term goal is that I would love this channel to be able to provide me a passive income in which to travel. I am a very, very long way off from that, and it may never happen, and that is okay, because I love what I do and I really do enjoy it, and I get so much out of it. It provides me, as someone who is a creative person, this outlet where I can share my creative ideas with the world, which means so much. Like, you have no idea how much that means. If it never gets to a point where I can live off of a passive income from YouTube and from blogging and other sort of digital nomad-y things, I'm okay with that. Obviously that is the long-term goal, the long-term dream, but I think that's probably the case for many people out there. But yeah, that's me being super honest really about my goals for this channel and my inspiration and what motivated it. So I hope this has given you a bit more of an insight into me, into the questions you've asked. If you've got any further questions, as always, drop them down below and I will do my very best to answer them. If you feel I haven't gone into enough detail on your question, send me a message and I will do my best to not ramble and give you a bit more info. Thank you so much to all of you that participated in this. It really is appreciated. Until next time, guys, much love, take care, bye!